This is the SQL Server Service Broker module, and in this third video of the Service Broker module, we will discuss about the architecture of the Service Broker. Service Broker, as we know, is a message delivery framework, and by using this framework, we can create a native in database or service-oriented application. And Service Broker is an endpoint. This endpoint we can use to send the message, and we can use to retrieve the message. So to send and receive the message, at least we need the two services. The service which will send the message is known as the initiator service broker, and the service which will receive the message is known as the target service broker. And these messages which are sending and receiving, these are reliable asynchronous exchange of messages between the services is known as a conversation. For this conversation, we need a protocol which is known as the dialog protocol, and this is an application level protocol, and this protocol defines the logical steps for reliable conversation, and it will also make sure that the message which are sent by the initiator should be received in the same order at the target service until there is any priority is defined. We can define the priority for the this conversation also. So the messages will be whenever the message will be sent, it will be stored temporarily in the queue until it will not be processed. So when the service initiator service will send the messages, it will be stored in the target queue. Then the target queue will work in asynchronously. It will dequeue the message, and then it will process the message, and then will respond back to the initiator service. And in the previous video, we have discussed one example of the trading application where there are two business processes. One is a customer order business process, and other one is the payment received against this customer order process. Now there are we distribute this work among two databases, and the order application receiving the order that don't want to wait for the payments application to complete for delivery. So this order application want to keep continue order receiving asynchronously. So what it will do, whenever the order is receiving for the payment, it will send the messages to the payment received process, and the payment received will process the payment and then reply back to the this orders that the payment is completed or payment is rejected, so that the order can be completed accordingly. So how to explain this scenario in terms of the architecture? Now we have here the two services. Suppose this is the this is the front application which is handling the customer's order, and this is the service for this app, and this front end application order processing will receive the orders. For the payment, it will create the message, and it will send the message for the payment to this target service, and target service will receive the message in the queue, and then it will dequeue the message, and after that this is the message will be processed, and this all is work asynchronously, and after that processing, it will respond back to the initiator service for the order completion. So now how it is working, this is the message created again by the order application for the payment, and this message will move to the service for the processing. The payment service will process this message and will reply back to the initiator service. So the application have sent the message to the target queue, then the target service will dequeue the message and will process the message. This message processing can be manual. Either we can manually retrieve the message from the queue by using the SQL Server query commands, or we can make this process automate, so that the whenever the message will come into the queue will trigger some automatic procedures that will process the that will dequeue the message and will process the this message, and after processing, it will the service will reply back to the initiator service that the payment process is completed. So this initiator service and target service, now there are three scenarios for their placement. The initiate and target service can be placed either in the same database, in the same instance, like this. This is the SQL Server instance, and in this instance there is a one database, and in this database we have created the two services: initiator browser service, initiator service broker, and the target service broker. And this is one scenario, and other scenario is that the instance is same, but this initiator service is created in one database and target service created in another database. And there is another scenario to create these services, like the instance are different, and the databases are also different. These are the two instances of the SQL Server. In one instance, there is the database where we have created the initiator browser service broker, and there is another SQL Server instance where we have created the target service broker. So these three scenarios for the placement of the initiator and targets. Now in the first two scenarios where the instance is same, the this the when the service initiator service will send the message in these both scenarios, this message will directly go to the target queue. But in the third scenarios where the servers are different, so the servers are different, so there is the network is involved. Now the when the this initiator service when will generate the message for the target service, this message will temporarily stored in the sys transmission queue, which is on the initiator service broker, and it will send the message to the target queue also. And until the target queue will not reply back that the message is received, this temporary message will keep stay in this sys.transmission queue on the initiator service broker, because this is the now the networks servers are on the different, and the network is involved. So for the reliable communication that the message is received by the target service, we need this temporary storage of the message at the initiator browser service as well. So this is the difference between the first two scenarios and the third scenarios. And this scenario, the first two scenarios, this sys.transmission queue can also be used in case if when the message will be sent to the target queue and the target queue is have some problem. It's not initiated, it's not working, there is some error, then the temporarily message will also may also be stored in this scenario also. But in the third scenario, until the message the target server will not reply back, the message will stay in this temporary storage at the initiator service. So this is the placement of the initiator and target service, and this is the basic architecture of the service broker, how the message delivery system is working asynchronously on the backend of the application.